Okay, hello everyone. Today we're here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in the Cessna 172 Skyhawk. We have an 83 nautical mile flight from Sierra 45 Siletz Bay State to Papa Delta X-Ray Portland International. Siletz Bay is a new airport by Orbx, and Portland International is by Flightbeam Studios. Both of those are by Portland designer Bill Womack, who makes fantastic airports, and you will love all the detail in them. Today's livery for the Cessna 172 is brought to you by Whiskey Tango 208 from flightsim.to. Its tail number November 4378 Quebec, which is based on a real airplane that's flown by the South Bend, Indiana Flying Club. He did a great job on it, and I am looking forward to flying it. So let's hop into the pilot seat and get started. Alright, as we get everything started up here, I will run through the flight brief. So we are taking off from Sierra 45 and heading north out of Siletz Bay State. We're flying VFR. This is an untowered airport. So we are going to follow the coast until we get to Devil's Lake. And at Devil's Lake, we're going to turn east and follow the South Yamhill River until we intercept the radial from Newburgh. We are taking off inside of a MOA, that's a military operations area. It's the ELD MOA. You can find the details of the MOA in the margins of the VFR sectional, and you can see that the ELD MOA starts at 11,000 feet. Not a problem for us, since we will be flying at 5,500 for this trip. Once we pick up the Newburgh VOR, we will follow that almost in a straight line to Portland International. Portland International is in Class Charlie airspace, so we'll need to contact Portland Approach before entering that airspace to get permission. They'll give us a squawk code, and then Approach will hand us off to tower as we approach the inner ring of that airspace, and then we'll land. Based on the current winds and direction that we are arriving from, I'm expecting them to give us a left downwind for runway 28 left. We want to park on the north side at Signature North. So we're probably going to have a around-the-block taxi. We're going to taxi all the way around the airport to get to the north ramp. In my last video, we took some time and hopped into the drone to take a look at the airport, which is probably the best way to check out payware airports because you don't get to see that much detail when you are taxiing and taking off. So let's do that. We'll take a look at Siletz Bay in a little bit of detail. To really appreciate an Orbx airport, you have to look at the details, because that is what they excel at. So you've got guys in toolboxes working on airplanes that are pulled apart. You've got signs everywhere, people going about their business. When you look behind the airport, you've got parking lots with real cars, tables, all the hangars rendered. As you move around the front, you've got great texture work. There's a fellow reading a newspaper. You've got construction on a hangar, and even if you go inside the hangar, you can see there's lots of detail. You've got a boat in the background, toolboxes, again, an airplane pulled apart. The entire area here is really scenic. It's non-photogrammetry around here, but it still looks like a really great place to land. So if you like to fly in Oregon, be sure to pick up Siletz Bay. Okay, we'll make our CTAF call. Siletz Bay traffic, November 4378 Quebec, taxi runway 35 Siletz Bay. Usually I stream live ATC in the background for these, but there are no towered airports anywhere near here, so it is nothing but CTAF for the beginning of this flight. Let's go through our run-up. Siletz Bay traffic, November 4378 Quebec, departing runway 35, straight out departure, climbing 5,500 Siletz Bay. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've been flying the Piper Arrow a lot lately, both the turbo and the non-turbo version, and I love the Arrow. But I was just in the mood to fly something else for this flight. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of real-life pilots getting their pilot's training. As you know, I would like to do that. So they're usually in Cessnas, and it really put me in the mood to hop into the Skyhawk here and do a flight in a C-172. These coastal flights are always really scenic. Okay, we are coming up on our visual waypoint, which is Devil's Lake, and I've got it right there off the right-hand nose of my airplane, so we will make our initial turn and sit back and enjoy that awesome flight simulator scenery. Alright, that was a lot of fun. I love both of those airports. Bill Womack does a fantastic job all the time. He actually stopped by my channel once and left a few comments, so that was really cool. So, I recommend them. This was a great VFR flight, so as I said, if you like to fly around Portland or Washington, Portland International is a no-brainer, and these small untowered airports with lots of character and detail are exactly the type of airports that I love to fly out of. So if you enjoy content like this, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks as always for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.